Ever typed out a message, deleted it 3 times, and still sent something you immediately regretted? Maybe it was an email to your boss that came out way harsher than you meant, or a text to a friend where you were trying to be honest but ended up sounding cold, or a work message where you just froze because you had no idea how to start. That feeling, that why can't I just say what I mean frustration, is something almost everyone carries around. What if there was a free tool sitting right on your phone that could help you fix all of that? AI is quietly changing the way people communicate, and for regular people who aren't professional writers or trained negotiators, that's genuinely great news. Tools like free ChatGPT are giving everyday people access to a communication coach that used to cost hundreds of dollars an hour or simply didn't exist at all outside of elite corporate training programs. This isn't about letting a robot speak for you. It's about having a smart, patient assistant help you find the right words, practice tough conversations before they happen, and show up more confidently in every area of your life, at work, at home, and everywhere in between. No technical background required, just a free account and a few minutes of your time. If you want to keep learning how AI can work for you in practical, everyday ways, make sure you're subscribed to Stack Future. We make this stuff simple and actually useful. Before we get into the good stuff, let's make sure you're set up and thinking about this the right way. ChatGPT is an AI tool made by a company called OpenAI. You can use it completely free at chat.openai.com or through the ChatGPT app on your phone. Just search ChatGPT in your app store. Create a free account with your email, and you're in. That's it. No credit card, no complicated setup. Now here's the mindset shift that makes everything click. Stop thinking of ChatGPT as a search engine. It's not Google. It's more like texting a brilliant friend who happens to know about writing, psychology, conflict resolution, and professional etiquette, and who never gets tired of helping you. When you use it as a communication coach, you're giving it context about your situation and asking it to help you communicate better. The more detail you give it, the better your results will be. Think of it like briefing a real coach before a session. You wouldn't just walk in and say, "Help me." You'd say, "Here's what's going on, here's who I'm talking to, and here's what I'm trying to achieve." That's your golden formula for using ChatGPT for communication: situation, audience, goal. Keep that in your head as we go through the next sections because you'll use it every single time. This is probably the most immediately useful thing you can do with free ChatGPT today. Right now, before this video is even over. Think about the last work email you struggled to write. Maybe you needed to push back on a deadline without sounding difficult. Maybe you had to follow up on something for the 3rd time without coming across as annoying. Maybe you got a passive-aggressive message from a colleague and had no idea how to respond professionally without losing your mind. Here's exactly what to do. Open ChatGPT online or in the app and type something like this. I need to send an email to my manager asking for more time on a project. I don't want to seem like I'm making excuses. I just genuinely need 2 more days. Can you help me write something professional but warm? That's it. You've given it the situation, the audience, and the goal. ChatGPT will generate a draft for you in seconds. Read it, tweak anything that doesn't sound like you, and send it. You can also paste in a message you've already written and ask ChatGPT to improve it. Try. Here's an email I wrote. Can you make it sound more confident and less apologetic? The AI will spot the hedging language, the over-explaining, the unnecessary sorry to bother you openings, and clean them right up. This is one of the most practical AI communication tips out there because it works for any kind of message: workplace communication, personal texts, complaint emails to companies, even awkward social situations. It's like having a proofreader who also understands human dynamics. This one might be the most underrated use of ChatGPT that almost nobody talks about, using it to rehearse hard conversations before you have them in real life. Think about a conversation you've been avoiding, a performance review where you want to ask for a raise, A talk with a family member about something that's been building up. A moment where you need to set a boundary with someone who doesn't respond well to them. These conversations are stressful partly because you don't know how they'll go. You replay worst-case scenarios in your head and freeze before you even start. ChatGPT can be your practice partner. Here's how to set it up. Type something like, "I need to practice asking my boss for a raise. Can you play the role of my manager? Her name is Sandra. She's pretty numbers-focused and doesn't love small talk. I'll start the conversation and you respond how she might." Then you just have the conversation, right there in the chat. ChatGPT will respond the way that kind of person might respond, push back if necessary, and help you think on your feet. After a few rounds, you can ask it, "What did I do well? What could I have said more clearly?" You're essentially getting a low-stakes trial run before the real thing. Athletes visualize their performance before a game. This is the communication version of that. And it works. When you've already had the conversation once in a safe space, you walk into the real one with so much more calm and clarity. This works for team communication at work, tough personal conversations, job interviews, and even customer-facing situations if you work in any kind of service role. Everything we've covered so far helps you in the moment. But here's how you turn ChatGPT into something that actually improves how you communicate over time, not just in a single email. One of the best things you can do is ask ChatGPT to explain why certain communication approaches work. When it rewrites your email or gives you feedback on a practice conversation, don't just take the answer and run. Ask it, "Why does that version work better than what I wrote?" Or, "What communication principle is behind that suggestion?" You'll start absorbing patterns. You'll notice things like, lead with the outcome before the explanation. Use I statements instead of you statements in conflict. Match your tone to your audience. These aren't just tips. They're skills that stick. Another powerful move is building a personal prompt library. Every time ChatGPT helps you nail a specific type of message, a feedback conversation, a follow-up email, a tricky apology, save the prompt you used. Keep it in a note on your phone. Over time, you'll have a collection of go-to starting points for every communication situation you face regularly. That's your own personal toolkit built with free AI tools. As a beginner learning how to use ChatGPT, it's tempting to use it reactively, only when you're stuck. The people who get the most out of it use it proactively. They test things. They ask for feedback. They treat it like a gym for their communication muscles, not just a vending machine for quick fixes. The single most important thing to take away from this video is that you don't have to figure out communication alone anymore. And you never did. But now there's a free, always available tool that can genuinely help. Free ChatGPT isn't just for tech people or writers or business executives. It's for anyone who's ever struggled to find the right words, which is all of us at some point. Whether you're polishing a work email, preparing for a hard conversation, or just trying to come across the way you actually mean to, the ChatGPT app is ready to help you do exactly that. Start small. Try rewriting one email this week using the tips from this video. You'll be surprised how quickly it builds your confidence. Next time, we're covering how to use free AI tools to organize your entire workday, from your inbox to your to-do list, in under 20 minutes.